let's talk about Mark Cavendish, because this is, even when we were speculating about this after Cavendish won his, I think it was 4 stages at the Tour of Turkey earlier this year, we were speculating, we were petitioning, we were lobbying for Cavendish to be able to go to the Tour de France. But in the back of our heads, I don't think that you or I really thought that it was a realistic plea to see Cavendish go. But turns out, very unfortunately, Sam Bennett, last year's winner of the points jersey at the Tour, is dealing with injury. He might not be making the Deceuninck Quickstep roster, which has sent a lot of things into upheaval in the Deceuninck sprint train. Mark Cavendish, he may have found himself a spot solidified by his recent win in the Baloise Belgium Tour, beating the likes of Pascal Ackermann and Tim Merlier. Pretty astounding stuff. I think that we should still put this in context. Baloise Belgium Tour, it is a 2-point pro race. Tour of Turkey was, he has not won a World Tour level race in years. Tour de France is the biggest, the hardest, the most difficult, most demanding World Tour level race in the world, period. So what we have seen Mark Cavendish do is still not of the same caliber of a Tour de France stage win. But heck, I say throw him in. Let's see what he's going to do, because he has obliterated everybody's expectations of him this year, and why not give him the chance to do it on the biggest stage?
Yeah, it's another one of those comeback stories like Chris Froome, and we all want to see him have another shot of a Tour de France stage win, get that 51, start working up to Merckx's record. And he said he's not pushing for the Tour de France spot. He blames it all on the journalists kind of creating these stories after the Tour of Turkey. But the stars are aligning for Mark Cavendish. I mean, you couldn't pick for lack of a better words, a better scenario. Unfortunately for Sam Bennett, as you mentioned, out with injury, problems with his knee due to some training incidents. And Cavendish is now on the up and up. Again, he hasn't won a World Tour race since he's been back and coming back into form. Last year he raced with Bahrain. This year he's with his old favorite team, Deceuninck Quickstep, and he's pushing for that spot. So it's going to be interesting to see if they take in Sam Bennett, because Sam Bennett, he won the green jersey last year. He's a proven sprinter, maybe dealing with a little bit of injuries right now. But are they going to take in Sam? Or are they going to gamble on Mark Cavendish? And that's kind of the big question. Also, can Cavendish go the 3 weeks too? Because they have other objectives as well. They need men to support guys like Julian Alaphilippe. But Mark Cavendish surely gave us all something to talk about the other day in the Baloise Belgium Tour, winning that final stage. And let's also mention Remco Evenepoel winning the overall after he had to pull out of the Giro d'Italia.
Exciting things for Deceuninck Quickstep. I think the theme of this show is basically a lot of exciting people to be keeping an eye on going into the Tour, but of course rosters are not finalized yet. They really save these decisions for the last possible minute. But Mark Cavendish, that's a big story to keep an eye on, and I am pushing for him. I would love to see him make the Tour, because the last time we talked about this, my argument, essentially is Cavendish. He's saying he isn't thinking about the Merckx record. He would probably like for us to not talk about the Merckx record, but if he has any chance of beating it at this point, he's got to go to the Tour this year. If he waits another year, let's just say he keeps getting stronger, keeps getting more confident, that record's out of the question, even if he does go to the Tour next year. So I would, personally, selfishly, really like to see what he can do this year.